Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Monday, March 14, 2016, around 8:03 in the evening in Berwick, Massachusetts. Rain out right now in the mid-40s. Tomorrow's going to be a washout. Wednesday gets warm again. Some news to report. Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Boston Red Sox by the score of 3-2-1. And that's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my predictions of the 2016 men's basketball tournament for the NCAA. March Madness. Lots of games going to be played. 68 teams are in it. 67 games. And you can get all the games on True TV, TNT, CBS, and TBS. And here are the first four games. On Tuesday, Vanderbilt will face off against Wichita State. And I'm picking Wichita State to advance, to be the number 11 seed. And the second game on Tuesday is Florida Gulf Coast against Fairfield Dickinson. I think Florida Gulf Coast is going to win that. Wednesday's games are Holy Cross against Southern. I'm picking Holy Cross to win this one. And on the second game for the first four on Wednesday, Michigan facing off against Tulsa. I'm picking Michigan to win that one. These are the first four games at Dayton, Ohio, which will be shown live on True TV, which is Channel 40 on most Comcast cable systems in Eastern New England. And now here are the first round games. The Southern region. It's going to be Kansas facing off against Austin P. Picking Kansas to win that one. They're the number one seed. The next one is Colorado against UConn. I'm picking UConn to win this one. And the next one is Maryland against South Dakota State. I'm picking Maryland to win this one. The next one is California against Hawaii. I'm picking an upset special, Hawaii, in this one. The next one is Arizona facing off against Wichita State. Wichita State's going to beat the Wildcats in an upset. Next one is Miami of Florida facing off against Buffalo. Miami's going to win this one. The next one is Iowa, facing off against Temple. I'm picking Temple to win this one. And Villanova facing off against UNC Asheville. Picking Villanova for that game. That's the first round for the Southern region. Second round, Kansas will be facing off against UConn. Kansas will advance. Next one, Maryland against Hawaii. Maryland's going to win this one. Next one, it's Wichita State against Miami of Florida. Wichita State's going to win this one. And Temple facing off against Villanova, two Philadelphia schools. I'm picking Villanova to advance. The regional finals, Sweet 16 out of the South region. Kansas will face off against Maryland. Maryland's going to upset Kansas because it seems like Kansas kind of chokes when it goes into the later rounds of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. And Wichita State against Villanova. Villanova's going to end Wichita State's Cinderella run. And in the regional finals for the South, Maryland facing off against Villanova. Villanova will win the South region. And the South regional semifinals and finals will be at Louisville, Kentucky. And now the West region. The first round games. Oregon, who has the number 1 seed, will face off against Holy Cross. Oregon's going to beat Holy Cross easily. Next one is St. Joseph's, facing off against Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's going to be primed for an upset for St. Joseph's. Next one is Baylor, facing off against Yale, Ivy League champions. I think Yale's going to give Baylor a run for its money, but Baylor's going to come out because they're a top seed, and Yale. Duke, facing off against North Carolina, Wilmington. Duke's going to win this one pretty easily. Next one is Texas against Northern Iowa. I think Northern Iowa is going to upset Texas. The next one, Texas A&M against Green Bay, picking Texas A&M to advance. Next one, Oregon State facing off against VCU. VCU is going to have a upset special. And Oklahoma against CSU Bakersfield. I'm picking the Sooners to advance in this one. It's the second round. Oregon against Cincinnati. I think Oregon's going to advance. Next one, Baylor facing off against Duke. Baylor's going to upset Duke. Next one is Northern Iowa facing off against Texas A&M. Texas A&M's going to advance. Next one will be VCU against Oklahoma. Sooners going to advance to this one. And that's Sweet 16 for the Western Regional Semifinals Finals at Anaheim, California. Oregon facing off against Baylor. Baylor's going to knock off Oregon. Oregon's going to beat Baylor, And Texas, A&M's going to face off against Oklahoma. I'm picking Oklahoma. And then it's going to be the number 1 seed, Oregon Ducks facing off against the Oklahoma Sooners. And Oklahoma is going to advance to the Final Four. And now, the East Regional Bracket. First one will be the number 1 seed, North Carolina, facing off against Florida Gulf Coast. North Carolina is going to beat Florida Gulf Coast easily. Next one is USC facing off against Providence. Going to pick the Providence Flyers to win this one. Next one is Indiana against Chattanooga. Indiana's going to win this one. Next one, Kentucky against Stony Brook. Kentucky's going to win this one. Next one will be Notre Dame against Michigan. I think Notre Dame Fighting Irish is going to pull out a squeaker. Next one will be West Virginia against SF Austin. West Virginia going to win this one. The next one is Wisconsin facing off against Pittsburgh. Wisconsin's going to win this one. And Xavier against Weber State. Musketeers advance. Second round in the East region. North Carolina against Providence, the Flyers. North Carolina's going to breeze through to the Sweet 16. Indiana against Kentucky. Kentucky's going to advance to the Sweet 16. Next one is Notre Dame against West Virginia. West Virginia is going to advance. And Wisconsin against Xavier. Xavier is going to advance. And the regional finals and regional semifinals in Philadelphia, the Sweet 16 will be North Carolina against Kentucky. North Carolina is going to advance. West Virginia facing off against Xavier. West Virginia is going to upset Xavier. And in the regional finals, North Carolina against West Virginia. North Carolina wins this region. The only number 1 seed I have advancing to the Final Four so far. And then the Midwest region. Virginia Cavaliers against Hampton. Virginia's going to win this one. Next one is going to be Texas Tech against Butler Bulldogs. Butler Bulldogs will advance. The next one will be Purdue against Little Rock. I think Purdue's going to win this one. Next one will be Iowa State against Iona. Iona is going to pull off the upset. The next one is Seton Hall against Gonzaga. Gonzaga, the Zags, are going to pull up the upset. And Utah State against Fresno State. No contest. Utah State's going to advance. The next one is Dayton against Syracuse. The Orange are going to advance. Upset. And the next one will be Michigan State against Middle Tennessee. Michigan's going to win this one. The second round for the Midwest region, Virginia against Butler. Butler is going to knock off Virginia as an upset. That's the number one seed going down in the second round. That's what I'm predicting. Next one, Purdue against Iona. Purdue's going to win this one. Next one will be Gonzaga against Utah State. Gonzaga's going to make the Sweet 16. And the last one will be against Syracuse against Michigan State. Michigan State's going to advance. And the Sweet 16 regional semifinals and finals at Chicago, Illinois. Butler against Purdue. Butler's going to advance. And Gonzaga will face off against Michigan State. Michigan State's going to advance. And in the regional final, it's going to be Michigan State beating Butler. And Michigan State's going to go to the Final Four. And these are the Final Four games in Houston. The Final Four and the National Championship game. These games will be exclusively on TBS. And also Fancast for TNT and True TV. First time ever that TBS will have the Final Four in the National Championship game. Jim Nantz and Bill Raftery and Grant Hill are going to call it. Even though they work for CBS, it's a joint CBS Turner production. It was rumors it was going to be the Kevin Harlan or Marv Albert, but Marv Albert sitting out doing the NCAA basketball tournament this year because he wants to rest his throat for NBA games. And here they are. The first nationally semifinal game will be Villanova against Oklahoma. Oklahoma's going to win this one. It'll be in the national championship game. And North Carolina facing off against Michigan State. Michigan State's going to win, and it sets up for a championship game, Oklahoma against Michigan State, and it's going to be the Spartans' time to win the national championship. They'll be the 2016 national champions of basketball for college, in my humble opinion. The Michigan State Spartans always get hot around this time of year, and they're many people's favorites every single year. Tom Izzo is an awesome coach, so I would not be surprised if Michigan State wins it all. But there's legitimate contenders, North Carolina, and you also got Kentucky and Kansas and Oregon and Oklahoma, so any of these teams could win it. But I'm picking the Michigan State Spartans, and that's about it on that. I'll be back for more video blogs tomorrow with 3 more video blogs. The first 2 video blogs will be finishing the top 50 greatest heels in professional wrestling. Numbers 20 through 11, the first one, and numbers 10 through 1, the second one. And third and final video blog of the night will be about Pro Football Hall of Famer coach Joe Gibbs. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Rosenblatt of the BCCO Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart so sunny, she's the best. Amy Swezzy of Reach 2 Rocks. And Julie Gower of Fox 25 has a great smile. She's got nice legs. And in the words of Vince McMahon, owner of the World Wrestling Federation, he's gonna build. Good night, everybody, and sweet dreams.